Hello and welcome to another DeNami Design YouTube video. Today we're going to be creating a card from start to finish. In today's card it features both our new cling mounted stamps along with some of our older wood mounted stamps. Here's the card that we're going to be creating. And you can see here that it's just a really fun, vibrant card. It's perfect for the spring, and with the sentiment here it's easy to switch out if you wanted to make it a thinking of you card, a birthday card, or any other kind of occasion. You can easily switch out the sentiment. So let's get started on the card. For our card base, we're using a piece of brown craft cardstock, and we're going to be using the teeny heart background, and this one is N134, and it's one of our wood mounted stamps. I'm going to be using the Vintage Sepia VersaFine ink, which is a brown ink. You just want to make sure it's nicely covered. And then we're just going to start from the top and work our way down. And if you haven't used our background stamps before, we cut it out in a way where it's easy to see where the design is, so you can easily line up the next row of hearts. Okay, so there is our background, and now we're going to go to our focal piece. So we're going to get a piece of white cardstock, and this one is going to measure 3 by 5.5. So this piece here, and we're going to start out by using one of the new border stamps. This one is from the BD001. This is the designs, and we're going to be using this one here. So I've already put it down on a piece of just a clear block, and I've done it in a way where it's kind of arched, so you can easily, with this cling backing, you can kind of just arrange it in a way. It could be straight, or you could just do it at an angle. So I'm doing it at an angle today, just a slight angle with a little bend. And we're just going to start out from the top and work our way down. So we're just going to create a swooping kind of design. Okay, so that is our design there. And then now we're going to add some extra elements, and we're going to be using the PF37, which is the Elegant Floral set. It's this one right here. And we're going to be using the Seabreeze VersaMagic. So I'm just going to lay this back down, and we're going to be using this little stamp up here on the left. And we're just going to add the decorative design to this vine. As you can see, it's just a really nice light blue color. Okay, then we're just going to rotate the paper and just go at another angle. And we're just going to fill in these vines. So we're just going to do it on all of the vines here, and I'm turning it again, and we're just going to go with the other side. And you can fill it in as much or as little as you want. And if you've never used a VersaMagic pad before, it's a really nice soft coloring, and it's also like a chalky kind of ink, so it's really easy to use. Okay, We're almost done here. Okay, so it's nicely filled in. I'm going to add just a couple more. Okay, so there is our vine. Just going to put a piece of paper here. Okay, so you can see it. It's nice. It's a nice little vine. And then we're going to frame this in a piece of magenta cardstock. And this one measures 3 1/8 by 5 1/2. And we're just going to use our ATG dispenser and just adhere these together. Okay, so there is that. And then next we're going to be punching out with a border punch. I'm using this EK Success one. It's one of my favorites, and I know I've used it in a video before. And we're just going to punch out this petal pink cardstock. And we're just going to flip it over and do this other side. Okay, so we're just going to brush this. Okay, and now we're just going to use our paper trimmer, and I'm just going to just trim off a little piece, just so there's a little bit of an edge. And I'm going to do the same to the other side. And now we're going to get our focal point, and we're going to add the pink to both sides. So we're just going to flip this over. We're going to add our adhesive. And then we're just going to add that little framing. And do it on the other side as well. Okay, and you can see here there's just a little excess right here, so I'm just going to cut that off to make sure it's nice and even. And now we can adhere it to our card base. So I'm just going to flip it over and add some more adhesive. Okay, so we're just going to center this. Okay, and then now we're going to go to our butterflies. I'm going to be using this GD001, the Fancy Flutter set. And I'm just going to pull out the little tiny butterfly here. This little one right here. Have my clear block. And I'm just going to be using the Vintage Sepia once again. I'm just going to stamp this butterfly 6 times. And we're going to be coloring in some light yellows and some pinks, and then we also have some blue colors. So I have here some Copics, the BG11 and BG13, the Y11 and Y17, and then the RV21 and RV25. So I'm going to do 2 of each color combination. Just going to quickly color in the light yellow. And then we have the light blue here. And then the light pink. Okay, now we're going to go with the darker colors and just frame what we just did. So it's just going to follow the line of the brown outline. And then this yellow. Okay, and then now for the middle of the butterflies, I'm just using this E43 Copic, and I'm just going to add it to the middle of all the butterflies. Okay, so now those are going to be what we're going to do on the vine, and we're just going to cut them out with some small scissors. So I have these little tiny scissors here, and I would just use those to cut out the butterflies. I've already pre-done them because the cutting takes a little bit of time. And so here are my butterflies, and here is my card. But we can't do the card unless we have the sentiment down first. So I have here a piece of white 3/4 by 4 1/4 piece of paper. And we're just going to place it right over here. So we're going to be using the F171 Sending You Love stamp. And again, we're going to use the Vintage Sepia. And I'm just going to stamp this right in the center. Okay, and now we can lay that down. I'm going to be using some foam mounting tape. And I'm just going to put 3 pieces here, and we'll just lay it down right on the card. And now we can start adhering our butterflies. So I'm just going to flip all of them over, all 6 of them, and then I can start to arrange them. So I'm just adding the foam mounting tape. Okay, and now we can add our butterflies. So I'm just going, you can arrange them any way you want. I'm just going to just create this little design. Okay, and we have one more butterfly here. I'm going to add that just right here. And just want to make sure it's nicely firm. And here's our card. It was really quick and simple. You can easily switch out the marker colors, and you can even change out the color papers if you wanted to do some greens or blues or purples. So there's your card for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.